Look, just with all of this, people come out with these things. They say, well, funny, nobody talks about COVID now, as if it's not important. Well,
Guess this. What?
COVID cases are rising across the UK, and this is for the first time in weeks. The figures are 25 people, 1 in 25 people, infected.
Yeah, that's according to the latest data from the Office for National Statistics. Let's talk to a professor of microbiology at the University of Reading, Dr. Simon Clarke, friend of the show. Lovely to see you this morning. Very good morning to you.
Good morning.
Look, the Health Secretary Sajid Javid trying to allay fears yesterday, saying that this wasn't a cause for concern, but cases doubling in a week. Lots of people will be worried.
I think what the Health Secretary means is that there aren't a huge amount of people being admitted to hospital because they need treatment for their COVID. And that really is when we would need to start to be concerned. In other parts of the world, that is being seen, presumably because there's a relative lack of vaccination compared to what you'd normally get in the UK. So I think our overall population-wide immunity is giving us a decent amount of protection that's stopping these hospitalisations from happening.
2 years ago, the Cheltenham Festival was derided and blamed for a big spread of the virus. I'm going to the Cheltenham Festival today. Would you be going if you had the opportunity? And if you did go, would you be taking precautions?
I probably would be going if that were my thing. Just over a fortnight ago, I went to Twickenham to watch England versus Wales. I carry a mask in my pocket. I don't always use it. I observe good hygiene, but otherwise, frankly, I get on with my life.
I just want to talk about China. 17 million people have been locked down in Shenzhen. It's obviously the world-famous tech hub. Worst outbreak there in 2 years. Lots of scientists worrying about this, what's it called, Deltacron variant, and saying that, is this the right moment in the UK to be scaling back? End of free test from next month. Sage has been stood down. Lots of fears that immunity is waning in older people. Should we have delayed sort of going back to normality a little bit longer?
Well, it's a judgment call about whether or not we should have delayed going back to normal. I do think the government has been quite hasty, perhaps a bit too hasty, with the rolling back of the testing infrastructure that we had in place in the UK. But there were some key demands from some government backbenchers that we should stop looking for the virus, and therefore I think they thought it would go away, or at least it would go away in people's minds. So I'm kind of concerned that that's why that infrastructure has been rolled back. I do think it's important to keep that in place so that we can bring any flare-ups, if I can put it that way, under control relatively quickly.
Doctor, any opinion on this study from the University of Iceland, which is reported today, and they're talking about the effects of long COVID, and they're saying basically people who have had COVID may have more difficulty with a number of things as they get older, but, particularly their mental health in the short term. I thought that's a bit of an obvious thing to say, really, because, if you're sick, no matter what you're sick with and you're bedridden or you suffer after effects, of course it's going to affect you mentally.
Well, yes, but of course, if it affects people, it affects people, and it's as a consequence of having the infection. And there is still an awful lot to learn about long COVID. And it will take us years to get a handle on it. If people have got mental health issues because of an infection, then they've got mental health issues, and that's a sad thing. But we've still got a lot to learn about this.
Thanks, Doctor. Really appreciate that. Dr. Simon Clarke is a professor of microbiology at the University of Reading. We say goodbye and good morning to you. Thank you very much.